All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to Slay the Season Live. I am Stacy Jordan, and I am happy to be here with you all. Welcome, our Facebook friends. If you're watching on Facebook Live, great to see you all. If you're watching later, I'm so glad you came back to watch this show. I'm super excited to be here Friday night. Woohoo, 5 o'clock Friday night. What else are we going to do but talk about lights, right? This is what we do. So, if you don't know me, my name is Stacy Jordan, and this is Slay the Season Live. You're probably already thinking like, why do I have to talk about Christmas and about lighting at this time of year? Well, that's what we do all year long. So we're going to talk about something really cool it's not experimental anymore. Like it's going to be the real like differentiator between residential commercial projects with projection mapping, right? People were always like, oh, projection mapping is like way too much money, all these different misconceptions about it. But if you've been thinking about it, this is a time to be here and ask these questions, right? So I'm excited to welcome our guests from Illumibot. And these guys live in the intersection of creativity and practicality, right? Which is exactly where our installers need to be. And I'm going to introduce our folks here. Let's see. Who do we have with us tonight? We have Whitney Reynolds. She's with Red Sleigh Workshop, and she's our assistant. So she's here to help us out. We also have, let's see. So Whitney helps keep everything running in the background behind the scenes, and she's going to be answering all your questions on Facebook for this live sessions. So we're going to also have, oh, he's here. You just can't see him because his half of his face is showing. Let's see. We have Ross Arroyo from Illumibot. Hey, Ross. For
Hey,
anyone
hey.
who's new to Illumibot, let's have you share a little bit about yourself, who you are, what Illumibot does, and then how you typically work with installers. Like, let's give you a little introduction on in that. So you can start out
Okay.
with that.
So, Illumibot, what we are is projection mapping, but what makes us different is our mission to take the friction out of projection mapping. When I was at some of the trade shows, I'd always ask people, where are you on the scale? Like, what's your experience with doing projection mapping? Because they came to the booth, so obviously there's some interest there, right? And most of the time, it's like I did some or I tried some, and quickly, boom, I'm out. It was just the learning curve was too steep. It was just too much. It's just too much that they just didn't want to pay the price and time to figure out how to do all that stuff, right? And I totally get it because doing it I've done projects in the past, and it would take us a lot of time, even if you knew how to do it. I think a big tough one was I'm not very graphic-y. Like, I don't know how to make artwork and shows. That's just not my thing.
Right. Graphic-y is the professional term for it, by the way.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes,
Mhm.
look it up,
Thank you
right?
for that.
Just, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how I roll. You're going to learn at least 7 new words by the time we're done with this, right? But yeah, it's just like I'm not an artist. And so maybe a lot of your installers would want to do projection mapping, but they don't feel like the art's not their thing. It's someone else's thing, right?
Right.
So that was a challenge. And I had done some really big projects on some big courthouses, like a big Christmas municipal event, right? 4 city blocks. And that's a whole nother story. I have a little PTSD. Every time I hear Carey sing when it's just the first beginning of Christmas, I just get a little antsy. We did a big project, 4 city blocks, controlling millions of lights, all synchronized to live performers, and one thing could go wrong, and it's your fault, right? But so in that process, I've done some big stuff, and so where Illumibot came from is when AI hit. And AI hit the scene, and I realized with the art creation stuff that what used to take me months to create an artistic content could take minutes. And I just said, "Oh yeah, I got to build that." So spent a couple years designing and working with my team, and so we have built a tool that now just does a little device like this, plugs into either when you're goofing around, a cheapy little $20 projector for testing, typically a nice unit like this BenQ, oh, bright light, um, laser projector, right?
Okay.
This is one of our premium kind of ones that we work with. They're about 2 grand,
Yeah, I was
a
going to
little
say it's
less.
a couple $1,000s each for those, but that's still for what it does, that's an amazing price.
Yeah, I mean, when
Hmm.
if you want to go cheap, you go cheap. But if a lot of the clients, especially municipal and stuff, they want it's just got to be quality. So, but you combine a projector, this device, and your phone. No computers involved, no programming, no learning a bunch of software. Just these three little things together, and we're making cool content. And
All right.
so,
So if I was brand new
uh-huh.
learning about projection mapping, which I am pretty new, I would need the projector, which I'd buy whichever one I want. I can get the little cheap one off Amazon for 20 bucks if I wanted to, your Illumibot device, and then
That's
my phone.
about that's it. So right
That's
now
it. And
they're
creativity. No
and
creativity
create
needed.
not even no creativity,
I don't need
just
it.
words. You just need
Words.
words.
Okay.
You just need words.
All right.
And
Thank you.
so like a quick setup, just to show you how easy it is. So you would go here and where's all my images? Oh, those are actually my images. So I'm on a client's account. Let me get out of there. Let me go into my
Share
account.
the
There we go.
secrets here.
So you can have one projector or a whole bunch and synchronize them and run them, right? So if I were doing a big commercial install, like if I had a nice client like this one, I'd have four sides of the house, right? And
Okay.
so you would just go in here and it's as simple as taking a photo. AI will do this little mask right here for you. And then you do a little alignment process, which is sometimes a little tricky, but we're making it easy. We have a new process that we're testing that's 3 minutes and everything's aligned and done. And then you're set. And then you
Okay.
go here and you're going to say words. So, right, let's do it. While we're
Words.
talking, I want you to think of something that would look really cool on a building. Ready, set, go. Come on, Whitney. This happens all the time. I stump
What would
people
look
like, what?
really cool? Okay, let's see. What would look really cool inside of a building?
Dragons.
There you go. It's dragons.
Dragons.
That's probably a popular one.
Dragons with what?
Fire breathing dragons.
And hot tamales in a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, even better.
Okay, there you go. That's probably not artwork for that. So then I'm going to let me make sure which ones. Oh, yeah,
Gonna
it's
make a
good.
new piece of art because dragons with fire is probably already in there. Yeah.
Right. So by doing that, I hit one button. Oh, I used the wrong model. Let me hit a different model. I hit this button again. I'm making 30 images right now.
Wow.
Because when you make one, sometimes it's like the roll of the dice, right? So, but it's generating the artwork, and it's here's what blows my mind is the artwork is mapped to the corners, to the windows, to the dimensions and curves of the house. The things that would take me a ton, even if I was graphic-y, it'd take a lot of time to get the shadowing, the lighting, right? It just does it all and creates that. And then from there, you can animate it and you can turn it into a whole production in a show and that's it. So, oh, there we go. We already got some results. Let's just see our hot tamale. That's just terrible. Okay.
It
It's
looks amazing so far.
right. Let me see. So there's my house and it's making, it's having some fun with it. So anyway, that's the premise of it. And so we have a lot of people that just can do it and it takes the trickiness out. We last year or this our first real season doing it, we had a lot of customers calling in saying, "Hey, you got somebody who can just do this for me? I mean, I know I can. I just don't want to. I don't have time. Just point me at somebody who can come over here and do it." And I think that's where the installer connection. Our push this year is to recruit a few hundred installers, get them trained and up to speed, allow them to be distributors of the product, and just go. And so either they can convert their customers over that want to kind of have both lights and projection mapping. You can do both. Or when we get referrals, we know who to send it to now and let them go do the install.
That makes sense. So much sense. So when installers hear the term projection mapping, like what do you think they would normally like misunderstand about it?
Maybe not misunderstood, but the mapping part, right? Usually, before it would take a lot of you got to sit down on a computer and put lines and do the mapping part to get all the components in there. And a lot of the typical software still require that. We just took a different approach and just let AI do all that work for you. And it just does a good job of it.
So what used to take a really long time and some really smart people to do the graphic-y stuff, they don't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
Okay.
Instead of all that setup time, I mean, you saw me here. We just
Yeah,
right
there it is.
there.
There's a fire-breathing dragon with hot tamales.
We got our
Look at
hot
that.
tamale. Do we have some? We do have some. Yeah, a bowl of hot tamales on one side and a
Oh
Right.
my
fire breathing.
gosh, that is so cool.
And then when he pushes play, it does the animation, right?
Well,
You
let me
animate it.
animate this one.
Yeah, he's got to
So hold
animate
on.
it.
And even like I'm not creative on animation, so I just hit the button and it says the house exterior comes alive with a fierce animated fire-breathing dragon swirling around a vibrant, colorful facade while raining hot tamales from the sky. There we go. And done. So now it's so that's the with our flow, you pick the best base image, get rid of the garbage, and then animate it. And I mean, with homeowners, you do some of this stuff and it just, and with the right projector on their house, and they just go nuts. And when you do, after you do a good install, right? You go nuts. And then when you can hand it over to them, you give them the app and say, go play, go have fun. And then of course, if they say, hey, I want you to make me stuff, then you can make it, or we're about to release a marketplace. So we have a whole slew of creators in our community who would be happy to make the content for you.
That's so great. That's awesome. So content is the question mark, right? So you just showed us how to build content in like 30 seconds and that's it. Right? So that I
Content.
mean, yeah, it blows my mind. I mean, every time I think about it, and when we saw you in Chicago, it was like, wow, this is just the most amazing thing. And I was thinking about it for the installers that are already doing Christmas lights on homes, and this is the upgrade. Is this easy to like layer into their existing business plan, or is this require like a whole new approach to what they're doing?
I think it's I don't want to downplay it, but I think it's just an add-on. I think you do what you do and you say, "Hey, I got this new cool upgrade. It's called projection mapping." When we did Rich's house, so Rich had a whole bunch of permanent lighting on his house. Jay Cooley is one of our TikTokers, and he has lots of views and he sells lots of bots. He has I forget which brand it is, but he's got permanent lighting around the trim light. I don't think it's trim light, but whatever he's got. The caveat or trick is the evil nemesis called ambient light,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
right? That's the fight. So now we're having a light fight between decorative lighting and projection mapping. And there's a couple of ways to navigate this battle that we're going to have. So, you got to have your strategy, your war plan here. You can either kill the light, get rid of it. You can block it, right? So you just strategically don't let it hit the house and focus it the right direction. Or you just throw more lumens at it. You put a more expensive, beefier projector and just overpower the light. And those are some
Right.
different strategies to do it. And each one has its pros and cons on how to accomplish it. But so like when we did Rich's house, he put a lot of his Christmas lighting decorations a little further away from the house.
Right.
And his permanent lighting, he just dimmed it down a bit. And so then he was able to mix the whole gauntlet of all the things. And it didn't, and he was just running this BenQ, this single BenQ projector on his house, and it looked amazing.
Right. It was so amazing. So I understand that's a really good point is the ambient light part of it. So when somebody's pitching projection mapping to their clients, it's just the same pitch. It's this is an extra add-on to your existing program. I
Right.
remember
Yep.
when I saw it in person, um, we were talking about having actual garlands on the house and wreaths on the house, but then you can project onto those as well different things like you can project and so you can make the house look like it's decorated even though it's not decorated, which I thought was
Oh
really
yeah.
cool,
Oh
right?
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
one element of it.
You know what? Let me see. Oh man, I should have had like my best ones. I had my photo gallery. If you hit even our socials, what I love about our social channels are we have a crazy good Facebook community, 7,000 plus and growing users, and they just share their art. Like they're out doing this on their house and sharing their stuff.
I'm
And
going to jump on here and share my screen real quick so we can
oh
get
yeah,
to some of them. Let me go here. Okay, so here we are on your website. right?
So like that, okay, so this would be like a commercial install. This isn't a gymnasium of a church building. This is one of our dollhouse models, a tiny model. You can take regular metal ghosts and make them whatever you want them to be,
Wow, look
animate
at that.
them. This is my house and my grandkids and others just having a fun. Make your house an aquarium, one of my favorite prompts.
That's so cool.
Um,
Let's see if there's a,
yeah, skeletons, decorate your pumpkins, make them blink.
that's so cool. Let me go here. I was on your TikTok earlier because there's a lot on your TikTok, which I was so
Yeah,
surprised. I'm like, wow, there's so much content on here. Whoops. I didn't spell it right, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
close.
That's it. You're on it.
All right. I knew what I meant.
Right.
All right. So like this, wait, this is you. Hold on.
That was the go live that we did. Yeah. I think that's just a slide reel of different. That person, yeah, okay. Yeah, this person in one of our go lives just decided to put melting ice cream paint on their
This is
house.
okay. So this is just so amazing looking. Like what?
And so look at the door frame and look at the windows.
Yeah. It's so wild. Okay.